What's going on, everybody? It is Cam. Today I am on the farm and we are trying to get some spring prep going. So we've been out on this farm for almost 2 years now, and we have had some really crappy gardens so far. And we think a big part of it is because the place we chose to do our garden beds was in a place near where our house was built, to where the ground had been excavated and had no vegetation on it for a long time, just kind of washed all the good stuff away. So we are going to pick a spot that was not excavated this time, as well as we're going to try and prep it a whole season before. So right now I am out here. I got a bunch of horse manure on this trailer. I'm unloading into my compost bins, but then I'm also going to be laying out like cardboard and stuff like that and throwing all of this on top of it to create our garden bed for next spring. And hopefully that stuff will break down and basically prep the area with nutrients for a much better yield on our garden this next coming season. Just out here shoveling some doo-doo. And you might be wondering where in the heck I got just a trailer full of crap. And basically we found a listing on Marketplace for free manure. Somebody was giving it out basically from their horse stables, because they just got to get rid of the stuff. And now we actually have something worked out with them. We just have a little trade-off, and I just bring them some fresh eggs and stuff when I come, and then they load up my trailer, and then I can bring it back here to the farm so that we can use it as compost in our garden beds. So I'm done filling up the compost bins with the manure. So while I was doing that, Evan has got all this cardboard and stuff laid out here, because we're going to be basically covering all this with the manure, as well as possibly be putting some wood burnt ash on here throughout the winter as well, which for now we'll be actually throwing some ash from the bonfire on this at some point too. So basically we're laying down all of these sheets of cardboard, and basically these are feed bags and stuff from our chicken feed. But essentially what this is going to do is help kill down the weeds and the grass in this area. And we're actually going to be doing a much larger area than this. This is just what we have right now, and we'll just keep adding to it through the rest of the fall. But this will help keep the weeds down, as well as that cardboard's going to break down and it will be part of the compost at some point. And if we still have problems with weeds past that, we may add plastic over top of this in the last few weeks before we start planting, just to make sure that we're not dealing with a crap ton of weeds and grass. Farming preparation getting held up by Fool right here, losing his shoes for the 1000th time. Wouldn't be a big deal, but there is horse poop everywhere. Alrighty, so I'm finishing up out here, just gonna get this stuff right here spread out as even as possible. Like I said before, this is just us preparing for next year. And basically like I said before, I have not had a single successful garden since we have lived on this farm. This will be going into our 3rd season of trying to grow stuff. And we've never really prepped a whole season ahead of time. Which I have found and have learned and talked to multiple people that it's best to try and get, especially when you're trying to do a large garden bed like we plan on next season, to try and get it prepped well ahead of time. I'm sure there'll be plenty more wins and losses along the way while we're preparing this and trying for next season and seeing how it goes. And like I said, we'll be adding to this continually, trying to build up those layers. And just showing you guys the finished product right now, what we're working with. I went ahead and got the ash from the fire pit and went ahead and started spreading all that out, and then I finished off by wetting it all down. But that is the finished product. I want you guys to be able to kind of see what it looks like, and then we'll do a follow-up in a couple of months here and see what this looks like, after a couple of months of settling in and us adding some more stuff to it.